And we are back. We are back. We are back. We are back again. The show is Game Plan. The station is 99.7 Joe FM. Your host is Fentuo, Tahiru Fentuo. Welcome to the show. We missed all of you last Friday, but we are back again today. And today the show is fresher. It's more exciting. And I've got great news for everybody tuning in today. We are on from now till 3 p.m. The show is streaming on Twitter Spaces as well as YouTube. So catch us on the Joy FM YouTube handle, Game Plan. So look for Joy 99.7 FM on YouTube. We are streaming there. All of the antics, you see them there. The show is also live on Hits 103.9 FM. So we are simulcasting 99.7 Joy FM, 103.9 Hits FM. Streaming live on Twitter Spaces and on YouTube. Yeah, Facebook as well. So there's that. All right, and here's the good news for everybody. Today on the show, two brand new members of the family, two brand new sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, Petroso!
So what you can say is that...
Clap for them. Clap for Petroso. Thank you. That's right. Petroso, proud sponsors of Game Plan, your clean fuel in full quantity. Petroso, always a delightful experience. Yeah, Charlie, champion guys, Petroso, welcome to the show. Thank you so much. But they're not the only ones. Also joining us on the show, 3, 2, 1, Betway! Oh, Betway!
Bet the responsible way!
That's right. Clap for them.
Oh!
Clap for them.
It's okay.
Oh, wait. What's going on? Oh, hold on.
It's okay. You've not heard, so it stays there. You don't hear, so it stays there.
Oh. Sitsofe, what's fucking?
My guy, go.
What's happening?
Go.
Okay, your microphones are off. You are overlapping. All right, so that's that. Welcome to the show, everybody. Gary Altsman! Muftawu, Nabila! Daniel Koranteng! Sitsofe!
Now, make I tell you something.
I'm listening.
From today to a certain date,
Yes.
Sitsofe name is Emerald Green. You understand? I say his name is what?
Emerald Green.
Who understand? Let's keep it in the cooler.
That's right.
Emerald Green.
That's right. Thank you very much, guys. Welcome to the show. And those of you streaming on Twitter, and Facebook, and YouTube as well, welcome. Show proudly sponsored by Petroso, your clean fuel in full quantity. I'm Betway, of course. Betway, I mean, if you see, the reason I'm so excited about Betway, we are betting the responsible way. Betway, way more. Betway for the love of the game. Betway, the only way. Betway, my way. Betway, your way. Betway, our way. Bet our way. Oh my goodness me.
Betway everything.
That's right.
Betway everything.
Every way.
Betway every way.
All right, so we'll talk about them very shortly. But what's coming up on the show today? I think you can guess from our excitement. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Ni me na me. All protocol observed.
Welcome to the show.
Ati wona yeah. Ati duro yeah. Ati wona yeah. Oh we boys Caicedo. We don't wait for year, we go news tired. Happy is your man waiting there. Oh what just say fans are saying. Give us Caicedo. All we want is Caicedo. All we want is Caicedo. All we want is Caicedo.
Where is Caicedo? Caicedo.
The way Sitsofe they look at you through his glasses.
All right. The show is, of course, the show is live and interactive as well. So you want to get in touch with us about all the things that we're talking about today. The WhatsApp number is 055-1111-997, 055-1111-997, as well as on Twitter. Use the hashtag GamePlan. We're retweeting your messages and sharing them with the rest of our listeners from across the globe. So today we are talking transfers. Of course, today also happens to be the day Kane filed his nomination to become GFA president for the second time. We'll talk about that towards the end of the show. Georgia Free is also filing his nomination today. Yesterday, Gifty Owari did a whole launch for ESCO seat. There's that to come. But this is where we are beginning with, okay? Chelsea had been in the transfer market for Moises Caicedo all summer. Chelsea had seemed like the only club interested in him. Chelsea had several bids rejected for Caicedo. The last bid, of course, was something in the region of 80 million. Southampton rejected it. The impression was they would accept something that amounted to 100 million pounds. Chelsea were getting ready to bid 100 million pounds. Possibly 90 million plus 10 million in add-ons. Then late last night, Liverpool swept in with an undercut. And then they went and had a bid of 111 million pounds accepted for Moises Caicedo. Now, Chelsea went to bid late as well with the package worth the 100 million pounds that they had been dragging their feet about. But Liverpool obviously had bid way more. So Liverpool got their bid accepted. And so suddenly it looked like the player was heading to Liverpool. This morning I woke up, I did Twitter spaces. My heart almost left my soul. It was that bad, bro. Like it was awful. I felt like
seen the tweet before.
I felt like Chelsea had lost out on one of the priciest assets they could ever imagine. Okay, they needed this player. Chelsea lost N'Golo Kante. They lost Jorginho. They lost Kovacic.
Oh, man.
Chelsea needed experienced players. Now they have Conor Gallagher, Galleries. They have Enzo Fernandez, 100 million sideways passing every day. So they needed. Hold on, they needed midfielders. Okay, they targeted Caicedo. Nobody seemed interested. So Chelsea were dilly-dallying. They said, add Levi Colwell. They said, no, they won't add Levi Colwell. He's not for sale. So bring 100 million. They said, no. Suddenly, Liverpool went in, had a bid accepted. And so we were all sad. Okay? Daniel came on my space this morning and sang. Daniel, what was your song this morning?
You look so dumb right now.
Oh.
You better hurry up.
Oh,
You look
standing
so.
outside my door.
Oh, you better.
Trying to apologize. You're so ugly when you cry.
Please. Don't tell me you sorry, but you not.
You are criminals. You are criminals.
That was the theme this morning. Every Chelsea fan, every Chelsea player, every Chelsea manager looking so dumb right now.
Oh,
My brother, the life, the way God has designed the life, today you can be the saddest. And in few hours,
You'll be the happiest.
my brother, it only took 3 hours.
only 3 hours.
Only 3 hours.
Baku mienu me
And
yasa.
then boom, Fabrizio tweeted. He said Caicedo has told Liverpool he's not coming. He only wants Chelsea.
Yeah.
You had a bid accepted for the player. You want to sign a player. You've gone to talk to the player's owners, but you've not spoken to the player
Sure.
himself. Then listen to the craziest part. Then at a press conference this morning, Mr. Jurgen Klopp, who says he only builds and says the day somebody signs a player for 100 million pounds, that's the day he leaves football. After having a bid for 111 million accepted, he came to the press conference, not having spoken to the player, even though they booked a medical for him. And then he said he has been told to confirm that they have had a bid for Moises Caicedo
Accepted.
accepted. That he has been told to confirm
Accepted.
that they've had a bid for Moises Caicedo accepted.
Third party.
But
Third
hold on,
party
hold
talk,
on,
so you can't
hold on.
talk.
But he says we will see what happens, and he saw what happened. He saw what happened. The player said he's not coming, and now as we speak right now, Chelsea are preparing another bid for Moises Caicedo, who has said he only wants Chelsea, and all Chelsea needs to do is match Liverpool's offer for him, and boom.
This one deserves a song. But you put on quite a show, really had me going. Now it's time to go. Curtains finally closing. That was quite a show. Very entertaining, but it's over now.
Over now.
Go on and take a bath.
On a more serious note, there are many people here who are in the wrong profession.
You boys are not good boys. You boys are.
A round of applause. Yeah. Standing ovation.
Take a bow.
Me, I am only good at singing my village songs.
Guys.
Fentuo.
Yes.
Me too, I want to sing my village song.
No, somebody to say today, why it be cues and lyrics you guys.
Anyway, so that's the background.
They come.
That's the background. That's our topic number 1. Topic number 2, Hurricane.
Harry.
To me, arrow. Harry, to me, Daddy Lumba, Harry, to me, arrow. Daddy Lumba say, Harry.
Bayern when it say.
Bayern Munich say. To me, oh, my brother. Harry Kane was on the way. Transfer window. How can you not love this drama? He was on the way to the airport. Yeah. They said, your man, Levy, is in America. The time zone, it wasn't good for him. He said, I'm sleeping. Wait over there. Go back. Why are you going?
Charlie, if he is a man pass man power.
So Harry Kane checked into a family house that is near the airport. Now waiting for Daniel Levy to wake up in America.
Brush his teeth, have his coffee, take his bath, open his laptop and do a Zoom with Bayern. Charlie.
No, but if you know Daniel Levy, you remember the Modric deal?
Charlie, even Berbatov to man.
Oh, you are talking.
And similar to Gareth Bale.
Yes.
Go back to Real Madrid. Hey. Oh God, that man. Oh God, God.
For loans,
It's not easy.
I think Brighton just learned from Daniel Levy. They just learned from him.
Yeah.
The way they are able to pull off some of these deals. I recall, was it in 2011, 2012, when Madrid was going to Chelsea?
To Real Madrid.
No, Chelsea too were interested.
Chelsea were paid.
Yes, £40 million there. They were saying no.
Yeah. And in fact, Levy was instrumental in calling Real Madrid and saying, "I've got this midfielder. He will use La Liga. He will see the Spanish league. Do you want him because he wants to go, but I don't want him to play in England against me."
I'm not selling him to
I'm not selling him to.
He's not going to Chelsea.
And if Harry Kane was going to go to any Premier League club, that was going to be around 160 million. He just knows it's out of the reach.
No one will be willing to pay that.
Absolutely. He did it to Man City. Man United might have inquired about him, and the answer would have been 160 for a player who has a year on his contract. But Bayern Munich comes, Una says sell him, and they're like, yeah, why not? Let's push him to Bayern. Reinvest in maybe other areas. So yeah.
Okay. Anyway, let's talk about the issues now. Of course, so Harry Kane is also stuck at the airport, waiting for the go-ahead to fly to Munich to complete that deal. 100 million euros is how much Bayern are paying for him, plus 20 million in add-ons. So that's a lot of money.
Plenty.
The Bayern Munich have never bought a player that expensive. You know, they're going out of their way to make sure this transfer happens. So there's another drama unfolding there. We'll get to it. Just before we came on, of course, David Moyes confirmed that they've also had a bid accepted for Harry Maguire. Another Harry. Too many Harrys today.
DJ, let's go.
They deserve a song. Enjoy.
defensive midfielders.
Yeah.
Across the globe. You don't have many of them. And the top scouts in the top teams are aware of this. So the clubs that have got the few, if like, world-class DMs or central midfielders are also aware that there's a global shortage for them. So they know the value now, because if you don't have many on the market, it means that the few that are there are going to go for a price because it's going to be competitive. So Declan Rice has moved to Arsenal for over 100 million. We saw Tchouaméni from Monaco to Real Madrid only last season for, close to 90 million.
Yeah.
We saw Casemiro at his age move to Man United for a region of 75 to 80 million. We've seen these numbers because they know the elite clubs, elite scouts on your list. When you want to pin down top quality CDMs, there aren't many around.
Yeah.
So Brighton know this, and that is why when people said that Brighton will keep a player hostage, and to a large extent, even if Kudus goes to Brighton, they won't allow him to go, I said categorically that it made no sense, that it was nonsense. The issues are different. You can't box it all up, right? Because the same club has sold McAllister, they've sold Bissouma, they've sold, but the profile of player Caicedo is, everybody in the world realizes that there are many of them. And even Chelsea do realize this. Liverpool know this. Now, this is what Brighton have done that is brilliant. Brighton have never said they are not going to sell Caicedo. They always knew they were going to sell him, but they were not going to sell him. And Brighton said something again, that they were placing Caicedo in the region of Declan Rice. They made it clear. Only in January, they rejected a bid from Arsenal close to 80 million.
Yeah.
Now, a few months on, you think they are going to accept a deal around the same region when they've just seen Declan Rice, a player who they profile in the same region as Caicedo, live for 100 million? No. So what Brighton were doing well was like, okay, he's going to go, but we are holding on to him because we know his value on the market. We know there are lots of teams who need players like him. So they're not going to let him go to Chelsea for Chelsea's initial offers, which started from 65 million, 75 million, went to 80 million. And then they said, Chelsea were like, okay. And Chelsea thought nobody would come until Liverpool did the back door, went into bed, and then put that money on the table. Now, here's the thing. For Brighton as well, this was all they were looking for.
Okay.
They were looking for a bidding war, because when there's a bidding war, it is the highest bidder who wins. It is not the person.
And it drives up the price.
Yes, it is not the person who pays the valuation of the player. If Brighton are valuing the player 100 million and Liverpool tables 105 million, Liverpool wins the bid if it's a bidding war. So Liverpool's bid was accepted over Chelsea's, and now the player was scheduled to have a medical with Liverpool. It has been said now that the player has chosen Chelsea because he gave them his word some months ago. I know Chelsea fans are happy. They are celebrating it. But the reason why I understand why Klopp said what he said in his conference and Pochettino couldn't say that is that there are two different scenarios here. Let's not mix it. Liverpool's bid with Brighton has been accepted. It's a fact. And so Klopp only confirmed the fact. Klopp didn't say they have the player. He said they have an agreement with Brighton. Pending other issues. I think he said something about pending other issues or other details which he didn't speak about. For Pochettino, even though Caicedo has been rumored to have said he wants to go to Chelsea, his club have not raised the money to go for the other bid that will match Liverpool's recent bid.
So there was nothing to report.
There was nothing. What can he say?
Yes, that's the point. So
he still doesn't have an agreement with Brighton. They might have personal terms agreed with the player, but that doesn't transfer the player. It is the transfer fee agreed with the selling club that moves the player if the player agrees to move on wages. So Caicedo might have said that he wants to go to Chelsea, which we hear now is the case. But now Chelsea would have to maybe then match Liverpool's bid. Otherwise, Caicedo is still a Brighton player. And that is where Chelsea are. So Chelsea must go look for the Mason Mount money they go from Man United, top up small, and then go.
You needed to go to that area.
Just by the way,
Mason Mount, Kai Havertz.
That money. Everybody. Yeah, that money they have to. The Saudi money they got, they have to just go and shake the pot small and see all the coins that is left and then put it. That's just by the way. But so that's the issue.
But is a man within the time zone? The UK time zone.
Oh, he's there.
Totally.
Yeah, he's there. Totally, he makes you. He cannot run away from it. So I think that in itself is why Caicedo's move, Caicedo's value has gone up. And friends, let's be honest. Look around the world of football. Look around the world of football. Liverpool needs to see a DM. Lavia Adams, they are all step down. They are all downgrades of Caicedo, to be fair. Right? Look around the world of football. There are in many.
Why is Caicedo so special, though?
Right. We've seen him play in the Premier League.
He's only have a full one full season of 1.5. The other half.
How many seasons did Enzo Fernandez play? He didn't even play a full season with Benfica.
No, he didn't.
And he moved on. And you see, when you compare Enzo Fernandez's World Cup performance in Argentina to Caicedo's performance in Ecuador, I say Caicedo also had a very good World Cup. In fact, for his position, scored very good goals for Ecuador as well. You don't expect Ecuador to win the World Cup, so that is also part of.
They
his
didn't
profile.
make it out of their group.
Yeah, but you're not expecting them to win the World Cup anyway. Ecuador, nobody was expecting them to do. But for his individual performance, nobody could have said Caicedo didn't have a good World Cup. Just like Kudus, Ghana was never going to get out of the group when you saw the draw, but Kudus came out of the World Cup as a
Which
shining
people
star.
were you talking to? The people I was talking to, they thought they were going to win the World Cup. But let's go on.
And the people he was with.
So that is the point, right? And so after Moise Caicedo, who? Ugarte has gone to PSG. Enzo Fernandez is with Chelsea. Lavia and
Tyler
Adams. They are
Step
decent.
down, downgrades.
They are downgrades of Caicedo, to be honest, to be fair. So it's not because Caicedo might be a special talent. It's simply because in the position that he plays, globally, just as strikers, there's a general shortage.
And to be fair, they're also now going for 100 millions because, Declan Rice, you mentioned, 100 million.
Because the scouts and the big teams, all of them, you see, one thing about football at the elite level is the data Arsenal have on players.
Chelsea too have.
It's not different from what Chelsea,
Yeah, of
City,
course.
Madrid, Barca have got. They've not. That is why clubs like Real Madrid, Barcelona realized this early, and now Chelsea, and decided to go beyond the initial points of data picking, and go and pick talents that nobody has even heard of. So when Florentino Perez sent scouts to Brazil and South America to go and discover talents before their names even get mentioned, this was the purpose. Because the moment they fall on the first scouts radar, they are going to be shared among some elite clubs. Then the tracking becomes a problem. So Brighton did the same.
And they continue to do this.
They continue to do the same.
Yes.
So as long as teams begin to drop where they pick their data from, Brighton will go lower. So if they are dropping to 17-year-olds, Brighton will go to 10-year-olds. They'll go to 9-year-olds.
Here's my other issue. And Daniel, I'll bring you in on this. Isn't it, when you look at the philosophy and the direction, that's the word I really want to use, that it appears these new owners are going with Chelsea, where they've invested an awful lot on a lot of youngsters. Isn't this whole pursuit of £100 million players in complete variance with maybe what they're trying to do? Because on the one hand, there's the impression that Chelsea wants to build for the future. On the other hand, there's the impression that they have to get top quality players for £100+ million. They already have £100 million player. They're getting another £100 million player. And if I'm watching them, I'm folding my arms and I'm looking at the two of them. I don't think I'm looking at £200 million midfielders. You get my point.
I do.
So, how do you reconcile these two? The edge to be competitive against the edge to build with trusted youngsters. And Chelsea went to preseason with very good youngsters who obviously you don't expect to win the league or even go on and compete for Champions League places. But if you're building, you have to be patient. Arteta came to Arsenal 2 consecutive seasons. They missed out on Champions League football. In the third year, look at them. Arsenal smiled for the larger part of last season, and they have very big expectations going into this season.
No, the third year they also didn't make Champions League.
Thank you. The third year. So fourth year was last year. Thank you. So a bit of patience there. They trusted the manager. He built, and now look at them. What's going on at Chelsea? Where is the straight jacket direction that they're going? Because it seems very convoluted for me.
Friends, again, I'll allude to what Sitsofe said. In as much as yes, Chelsea have identified that they want to build, and that has clearly been the message of the owners. The talents that are springing up, and also because of the shared data, because of the shared knowledge, teams know what you need. That is one. They can identify you and look at your strengths, your weaknesses, and clearly tell what you need in your team. That is one. Number two, the talents are known by everybody. So even if you want to go down to the roots and buy players who are quote-unquote unknowns, maybe for the average football fan, they are unknown. But when it comes to the football people, they know exactly who those players are. So you take a look at the Ugochukwu guy. There's no reason why Ugochukwu should be costing Chelsea 30 million euros.
Yeah.
But this is the market we are in. Because the club knows, the selling club knows that one, this guy has quality. If we sell him for anything less, in the next 2 or 3 seasons, some of the big clubs in Europe will come when they feel like he's ready, and that price will be inflated. So then we have to cash out, and we have to cash out now. So then it's going to be expensive. You look at the Mudryk deal. Mudryk is not an 80 million euro player. Yet, when Arsenal went in, they were negotiating. Chelsea comes in, it becomes a bidding war. Price goes up. It's a mixture of the market and the times that we are in. So you need to understand that. My confusion with this Caicedo thing is, for me, it was 2 birds with 1 stone for Chelsea at the start of the whole negotiation process.
Yeah.
He fits the bill, as in he's young, he still hasn't realized his full potential, and he fits exactly what you are trying to do. He doesn't need time to hit the ground running because he already has that Premier League experience. You've already set precedent of buying an over 100 million midfielder, almost 100 million winger. You've blown money, so you've already told us that if you deem it necessary to get in somebody who can help you immediately, you would want to do it. And then Brighton quotes their price. You've already done business with Brighton before. You know how they are. In fact, and I'm not going to situate this on just Brighton. Look, if you know how much the TV deal in the past, let me say 10 years, has changed the face of the Premier League, you understand why
The mid-table teams are powerful.
West Ham can look at 90 million and say they don't want. You are listening to me, you think it's money.
Charlie,
For the
Brentford,
Premier League teams,
Brentford
it's not
are
money.
buying a Fiorentina player. Brentford.
Look, and that is where football fans need to start understanding things from. When you hear team owners from the rest of Europe complaining about how the Premier League are literally monopolizing the transfer market. Premier League, as at now, has spent 1.6 billion. The second most spending league has spent 500 million. It's almost a what? A 1
3 times.
Mention the name is Serie A.
Serie A, 1 billion, 1 billion pound difference.
They had that money because their clubs push more. They go into Europe, they get some money.
Yeah, that is where we are. So don't look at Brighton and say they're a small team. Don't look at West Ham and say they're a small team.
Brentford.
Because that's why West Ham can go to Lyon and take their most prized asset in Paqueta, bring him in for good money, pay him about 3 times what he's earning at Lyon. If you look at the amount Thomas Partey was earning at Atletico Madrid, the bottom side teams in the Premier League can all pay him better than that.
In fact, paying their players better.
He was earning what, 8,000 euros
They were paying their players better.
a week.
Lallana
Can you
was
imagine?
making like 110.
That's
at Brighton.
criminal,
imagine?
eh?
The Premier League is powerful. They have money.
The Saudi of Europe.
So when it comes to deals between 2 Premier League teams, just know that the prices
You
are
have
going
to pay.
Look, they will go up. And because if I'm a Brighton, I know that aside Real Madrid, no other team can come and pay 100 million. No other team outside England can come and pay 100 million for Caicedo. If they do, they'll go bankrupt. So then, once you know that the player is a prize asset, once you know that teams will come for him, you just take your time. By all means, somebody will pay. We've seen it time and time again.
They will pay.
Man, you went for Jack Grealish. Aston Villa said, Boga, 100 million.
Quick.
Man, you said they don't want. Pep called. Green. Charlie Sheikh said you send the money. Quick. They release the player. We've seen it time and time again. We are tired of this thing.
In fact, even for Declan Rice, City went there, they say 85.
No,
Ateta said,
but the City
Ateta
thing
said,
there, I think, what's the name of that girl? Who
Aluko.
Yes.
Stop.
She not doing it. She not doing it.
If Arsenal didn't go back, Pep will take the boy.
You
It's
take
not, it's not joke.
Even now. Paqueta.
Paqueta.
Look,
Paqueta. What did Moyes say? What did David Moyes say today? He said we've received the bid for it,
received
but
the
it's
bid.
nowhere near our valuation of
And
the player.
now they've agreed on 110 million euros.
There you go.
same as Caicedo.
From Man City.
But we are sitting here saying
transfer
Brighton
market
are
here
chisel.
is
Look,
crazy.
times have changed. So for me, I understand why players are that expensive. But again, for me, Chelsea have done themselves. Because if you had bid 100 million
Oh, they would have wrapped it up
You would have
long
wrapped
ago.
it up. Now you are going to have to pay 10 million extra.
Yeah.
And you've already
Because you
incurred costs
dilly-dally.
by bringing in Tyler Adams, who I don't think Chelsea needed. I think if Chelsea were able to wrap up the Caicedo deal long ago, they wouldn't have gone in for Tyler Adams. But again, Chelsea are lucky. Let's not do like they've pulled some master stroke. They are lucky.
That the boy liked
Because
the team.
My boy's
For
father
a
is
player
a
to
Chelsea
get up
fan.
and say he just wants Chelsea in this state. Hey, Boga!
No, is that not also probably because the personal term Chelsea maybe are paying more, and they don't.
There is that. There is that.
Liverpool want
And
to
also,
keep
they agreed
their-
those
their-
deals back in May.
Yeah, but even then, I think now there might have been something more, and maybe Liverpool don't want to upset their wage structure,
True,
and Chelsea are looking
true.
at some
Because
sort of-
Chelsea are in a very
Also the
precarious
possibility
situation.
of, like, there are people who are very principled. When I give you my word, I give you
There
my
is
word.
that as
Yeah.
well.
There's that as
He
well.
has given
Yeah.
his word
And
to Chelsea.
apparently, South Americans, especially the ones from Ecuador, are like that. The Brazilians, not so much.
Charlie,
They'll come for you.
somebody says something. He says, "What if Brighton allowed Chelsea to match Liverpool's bid? Tell the both of them that the winner of their game on Sunday takes the."
This guy is writing a script. Is he not?
Okay, so right now, this is a good time for us to announce that Sunday's game
Yes.
is officially the Caicedo derby.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
It's the Caicedo derby.
One of the people who is not happy Caicedo is going to Chelsea
and
has come in here.
I'm happy he's here because
Who is that?
This man.
Our CEO.
DJ,
Our HR. Now,
DJ, come and DJ.
You want what?
I'm
What?
dedicating a song to the Liverpool fans.
Okay.
You see, the God we serve, and when I say the God we serve, I'm talking as a Chelsea fan. Because
Wait, you are a Chelsea fan?
today.
Okay.
75% of my family are blues.
That's right. Including your mother.
Including my mother.
Yes.
I don't want my mother to be unhappy.
That's right.
So when my mother smiles, I smile.
That's right. Then there's food at home.
Thank you. So I'm dedicating this song to Liverpool fans. It's not always about money.
That's
You
right.
also have to have pulling power. DJ, let's go.
DJ.
Question every day.
Utia.
No be.
Oh.
Utia. No be.
It's enough, Daniel. You are bad. You are bad. You are bad, man. All right. Okay. In this case, you see, the song would have been very, very appropriate. The song would have been very appropriate if Liverpool had wrapped up the deal. This would have been dedicated to Chelsea because they worked all summer for this, for Liverpool to sweep in and get him. But your thoughts are welcome. 055 1111997. 055 1111997. Also on Twitter, the hashtag is GamePlan. And lots of you are sending in messages. In fact, let me read some messages from Twitter already before we continue the show. This message is from
China man say
Super.
it is XO.
It's X.
Tell me to take time before I get used to the XO.
Is
Charlie.
what?
X.
Not
What is
X.
it?
Please, is what?
X, formerly known as Twitter.
Have you ever gone to xxx.com before? Do you know what is there? I'm never saying X in my life.
What has X got to do with triple X?
Please,
a very
you know,
bad
if you have X.
X.com.
No, hold on. If I have X and you have X and Daniel has X, how many X's?
And Muftawu has X.
We are doing one X.
Which one?
The one you know.
Is it your X or my X?
Your X.
Okay. Super Shiva says, I like that. The Caicedo derby on Sunday.
Yeah.
That will be fireworks. This one says, Fentuo has made a good point. Chelsea seems to be in panic mode. They are doing buy and sell, thinking they are rebuilding a team. Eric Enzo Houseboy. He says, good afternoon, guys. I think my club didn't do well by not paying 100 million when Brighton first asked. So we have to pay more than that, more than what they are asking. It's bad business. This one says, Sicho, this be why I like your matter. Always speaking facts before banter. Klopp said what he was told and also pointed out it is up to the player. So facts are facts.
He said something about the player. Yeah,
yes.
It's after the player. That's what he said.
Marvin says there was a time £100 million used to get you real superstars, but now the market really spoil. This one is from Abubakar Abdul Samad. He says, please, we should change the program name to Chelsea Game Plan because today, Gambero says, so Chelsea spent over 8 months twerking over Moises Caicedo only for Liverpool to remove his underwear, and finally Chelsea comes to have sex with her. Media Makai. It's an analogy.
Why we put it like that?
People's minds are always in so many different places. Danny Ochi says, Fentuo they sport Daddy Lumba in song. Is it your song? Daddy Lumba is not complaining. Why are you complaining on his behalf? I don't understand that. All right. More messages. This one says, where's my mouse? Okay, go. Here we go. It says my prediction for Chelsea versus Liverpool is 1-1. So it's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 2. Okay, Liverpool midfield is stronger, and I'm a true Liverpool fan. This one says teams with no value. I remember when Arsenal went for Declan Rice, all hell broke loose. That why were they paying 100 million for him? This is a player Arteta has been tracking for years, and that's the hallmark of Arteta. Why he got his target so early in the market? Now Klopp has X all over his face, and if he has principles, he should have resigned by now. Shameless. Can you imagine Trossard was bought for less than 30 million for that gem? Someone wake me up as an Arsenal fan. Anyways, I'm enjoying the new house of top-notch branding and infrastructure. Yesterday is someone's today. No names mentioned. Godwin in North Carnegie. This message says, all right, cool. This one says, Chelsea management is behaving like Ghana government.
Ghanaian politicians.
Yes, Henry in Kaswa sent that. This one says, okay, all right, where is it? Where are the rest of my messages? I'm not finding them. Okay, please rectify it for me. Right. 05511119997. Also, the hashtag is game plan on Twitter. I'm going to. Sorry.
Yeah, the messages are in.
There's one from
Rodrigo De Paul.
The bedroom. You have to add the bedroom. Then they qualify the name.
His name was Bedroom. Agari, find them for me. Thank you. Bedroom Rodrigo De Paul.
Here you go.
Okay, go on now. There you go. Oh, that.
No.
You found the wrong one. Okay, my messages machine is fooling. It is fooling. It's fooling. My brother,
that's it.
You found it.
Yeah.
I'm Bedroom Rodrigo Deport from La Paz. Liverpool went to Brighton.
Let's analyze that. What does that mean? If somebody says I'm Bedroom Rodrigo Deport, that means Obeja will be an answer then.
Because that's what it means. Because Rodrigo Deport, they always protect Messi.
He's in America. Did you see?
Yeah, you go make sure Messi is comfortable there.
The thing is becoming weird. The thing is becoming weird though. What are you doing in America?
Messi is his friend. He can't go and visit.
Married man.
You can't go and visit. No, you can't go and visit your friends.
And you know the funniest thing.
You know they visit friends.
You know the funniest thing. Yeah. He made sure they took a picture.
Yes.
So that the picture goes out.
Yes.
So that they will say, Rodrigo Deport and Messi again.
He's going to visit his friend. When Messi retires, the day Messi retires, he also retire.
He says Liverpool went to Brighton with 140 million and got Caicedo and McAllister. We went to Brighton with 140 million, came back with Cucurella, Potter, with Stanley, Bruno Sartor, and Robert Sanchez. Sad. He says, okay, interesting. All right, game plan on 99.7 Joe FM. Listen, we've still got a lot to talk about. The drama at White Hart Lane involving Harry Kane is also unfolding. There is some drama at Manchester United as well, or is it West Ham rather? And now there's breaking news coming in that Tyler Adams' move to Chelsea has collapsed. Okay, I said it.
No, he alluded to it that Tyler Adams, if Caicedo is coming there,
they wouldn't go for.
No, but I think they need him because he's different from Enzo. He's different from Caicedo. He's not better than any of them. But Chelsea just don't have the numbers
Chelsea
in midfield.
Need
they don't have the numbers in midfield, and it's cheap to get unless they have to socket his money
and use it to sort things out.
Okay,
yeah,
so then that one then broke small.
Interesting. So, yeah, don't worry.
Small. Last money day.
We'll talk about that very, very briefly. But the show game plan is brought to you by Betway and Patron. Let me tell you about Betway and Pedro Petrosol.
Petrosol.
Speaking of
Fentuo, you have to do it well. Petrosol.
yeah. Speaking of Betway, shall I clap for them? Clap for them.
Let's score it.
The Betway guys have brought us gifts, and the gifts are lying here. Those of you are not watching on Facebook Live on YouTube, I feel for you. But let me describe it. They are nicely packaged boxes.
Yeah, man.
Lauren, turn over to Twitter.
You see, since we are in a song mood, we three kings of Betway era, bearing gifts of tires afar, fill them fountain more and mountain following
Stars with gifts and plenty takes.
Hold on.
Let me tell you something about this guy.
Relax.
I have a story about this guy.
Hey, Daniel, relax.
First, I have a story about this guy.
George the Sultan has come. George, come here. Where's George?
Sultan.
Come here.
Sultan.
Sultan, come
Sultan
here.
of Betway.
The Sultan of
Sultan of
Betway.
Betway.
But since Sultan
What is-
married, have you seen his cheeks?
And stomach, yes.
I tap into your blessing, my brother.
Sultan, what is in the box?
Open it. You.
Okay, hold on. Unveil it. Unveil it.
I see behind you.
Fence, quick one.
Get way more.
Yes.
I
Hold
see
on.
behind you, George, behind you. Get way
So
more.
we can open our boxes.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Oh!
Full coupons.
Hey! Maybe added fuel coupons from Petrosol! I like this collaboration. I like this collaboration.
Nah, better.
Eh?
A quick prayer.
Okay, for who?
Quick prayer.
For who?
See, we serve a living God.
Yes.
Hey, where's the camera?
Hey.
Hey, cameraman.
Oh, the camera is facing you. It's right there. Like, look at it here.
A quick prayer.
Yes.
You see, we serve a prayer answering God.
Eh,
This morning when I woke up,
eh,
I said, Lord Jesus,
I don't have fuel in my car.
do something for your son today.
That's right.
And you see, he uses mysterious ways to bless us.
That's
you
right.
understand? Lord Jesus, do something for me. As I'm sitting here, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4.
6.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not
Charlie,
want.
today be keys and lyrics. Oh.
Make
It
me
really
to
is.
lie in
Okay.
green pastures. Charlie,
Daniel, thank you. Thank you very much.
I bet you do. well.
But let me tell you about this. George, thank you. Thank you. How are you?
I'm a Fent. I'm not surprised though.
You said you wanted to say
This
something
guy.
for
This guy.
Yeah.
You know, it's my mate in tech.
You went to school. You were classmates,
You were on the same level. We're at the same level.
Like
not
contemporaries.
classmates.
Yeah. And the
Please, that's classmates.
No, classmates in the university
Cosmate.
Why? The university don't sit in a class.
level. No, we don't sit in a class. We do
You
the
sit
same.
in-
We do courses. Charlie,
Why?
separate it.
Hold on.
Oh, why do you want to defend this one?
Every building be class. Every building be class.
Why do you want to?
Their course.
Why?
All right.
You don't go to class in the university. Go for
Is it because
lectures.
you know be chalk box?
You go for what?
You go for lectures.
And your teachers are
And
not
you don't read
teachers.
subjects in the university. You
You
read
do.
courses. Boga, you know, so don't defend this.
no,
Boga,
he doesn't know. He went to Lagos.
why you want
Oh,
Lagos?
Charlie, is it a game?
Yeah,
Yes,
the
boss.
baby Lagos thing. Lagos Johnsons.
I'm shocked. Joe boy.
Sultan be tech boy.
You
That's
see,
why
I will not.
believe.
You see, I won't take this Lagos line. I won't let it go. But you see, that's not why we are here.
No, but
You were
this
saying
guy-
something.
My adjacent room, neighbors,
Yes.
they were his classmates. Pipi, Banana, Adan, those boys. If this guy they come the room, it is Zook Cho playing to you.
Hey,
Really?
Plenty.
It's and one say it is Zook playing to you.
That's the thing.
That is
He has a reputation.
Oh no, Sultan be hard guy.
Sultan.
My guy from
swag.
City.
Oh God, I
Sultan.
see.
You have Sultan this afternoon. Thank you. Thank you to Betway for the nice gifts. Thank you very much. Let me tell you more about Betway. Are you ready to get way more back with Betway in the new season? Use the golden booking code that you can find on the Betway side and place your risk-free bet from 25 to 27th August or 25th to 27th August. Guaranteed to give you 100% back as a free bet of up to 50 cedis if you lose. Remember, Betway is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18. Terms and conditions apply. Betway, bet your way. Petrosol are also here. Every drop matters. Yes, just as every penny counts. Did you know good quality fuel enhances your vehicle performance and reduces maintenance costs? I knew that. So I've never bought my fuel from elsewhere except at Petrosol. The last time I went to buy fuel from some place, Charlie, I bought the fuel. The thing, it was burning faster than anything I've ever experienced
They
in my
gave you
life.
jolly juice. It was jolly juice that they gave you.
So take no risk, okay? Take no risk in times like this. All you need is value for your money. Look no further. Drive to the next Petrosol fuel station. Yes, Petrosol, your go-to station for accurate quantity of high-quality fuel. Be a happy customer. Fill with smiles. Drive more smiles. Fill with smiles. Drive more miles and save some money.
No,
Petrosol,
I like that last line. Say it again. Let me hear.
it says,
feel-
be a happy customer.
Uh-huh.
Fill with smiles. Drive more miles and save some money.
If you don't say it well, you bite your tongue.
That's true.
Say it fast.
Yes,
If you're a man,
yes.
say it
Be a
fast.
happy customer. Fill the smiles. Hey.
We tell you.
Mimperov.
You remember?
Oh, wait.
Nobody
no. All right, let me take it again. Be a happy customer.
Uh-huh.
Fill with smiles. Drive more miles and save some money.
Thank you.
Petrosol, your clean fuel in full quantity. Petrosol, always a delightful experience.
Thanks very much.
We'll be back after this really, really short commercial break.
Think of Ghana's forests as a pair of lungs or kidneys, cleaning our air and water, regulating rainfall, sunshine, and serving as a buffer against natural disasters. Those kidneys and lungs are currently being attacked and perforated at a faster rate by illegal mining.
The forest is a no-go. It is an illegal area for anybody to mine. If the colonial masters saved these resources, how come our fourth republic is the one destroying these resources?
34 of the country's 288 forest reserves have been affected, with an estimated destruction of 4,726 hectares.
This is purely criminal.
Erastus Asardonko goes deep into major forests under siege. Forests under siege, Apamprama Forest Reserve.
This is the biggest and the most exciting culinary show in Ghana. 6 tertiary schools presents 3 budding chefs each to battle it out here in the kitchen, knife to knife. It's time to find the toughest, smartest, and the most creative team. Which school will win the ultimate prize and earn the bragging rights as Ghana's tertiary school with the best chefs? Join me, Michelle Ajaku, and the judges as we discover the best team who will serve the most amazing cuisines. This is Big Chef Tertiary. Big Chef Tertiary. The kitchen has no boundary.
Introducing Pick 4 from Game Park Games, the easiest lottery to play and win. Pick 4 numbers from 0 to 9 up to 3 times a day to become one of our daily winners. More moolah, more power. Play online at www.gameparkgames.com or dial *946# to play. Game Park Games is regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18. Play responsibly. Pick 4 from Game Park Games. More moolah, more power.
Go for gold and bet risk-free on the new season with Betway. Use the golden booking code found on the Betway site to bet on selected match weeks from 11th August to 3rd September and get 100% back as a free bet on any losses. You always get more with Betway. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18. Terms and conditions apply. Betway. Bet your way.
Joy 99.7 FM.
We're back. This is Game Plan on 99.7 Joy FM. Also live on Hits 103.9 FM. Streaming live on YouTube and Facebook on the Joy 99.7 FM handles. The show is live and interactive. Use the hashtag Game Plan to get in touch with us with your messages. And lots of you have been sending in your thoughts on what we've been talking about. Primarily the Moses Caicedo to Liverpool or Chelsea deal, because neither club has wrapped up a deal just yet for his signature. But briefly, let me tell you about Duraplast. For over 50 years, Duraplast Limited, your reliable partner for quality plastic products such as PVC and HDPE pipes of various sizes, have over the years progressed to become a leader in the plastic industry in West Africa and part of Central Africa. Yes, where you live matters, where and how you store your water matter even more. How do you check the level of water in your water storage tank at home or at work? Are you one of those that just hits the side and listen? Or do you climb all the way to the top to look inside? Water Tank, the ultimate tank for water storage by Duraplast Limited, comes with an optional water level indicator that lets you know exactly how much water you have in your water tank. It's not only beautiful, but it's also designed to carry accurate volumes of water. So when you see 5,000 liters, then it means exactly that. And of course, it's very durable and available in various sizes. Get yourself a water tank today from Duraplast. Water tank, what a tank. Remember, where Duraplast goes, water flows. And of course, if you're tired of losing track on all your business transactions and pilferage, let me introduce you to the Log-On Voice Management System software, the ultimate management system software suit for all kinds of businesses. We have Log-On Voice POS, which is perfect for retailers and service-based businesses. It has been specifically designed to cater to a wide range of industries, including pharmacies, restaurants, pubs, barbershops, boutiques, fruit shops, provision shops, cold stores, agric, manufacturing, fashion, rental, spas, auto parts, laundries, IT companies, and printing companies. So they also have Log-On Voice SS for your savings and Susu, which is designed for all forms of saving and Susu business. Just log on to www.logonvoice.com and start selling and generating receipts in just 2 minutes. You can contact them on 0302 823672 or WhatsApp them 0593 039 670 for customized software solutions. Find them adjacent Zenith Bank on the Barcelona Spentex Road. That's that. All right, has anybody caught up on the Tyler Adams deal collapsing? What's really going on there? Just issue.
Explanations as to why, but I think it's tied down. It's tied into the Moise Caicedo thing. I'm not sure.
Chelsea don't have enough money left after all?
Maybe. It could be the reason why they were trying to pay 80 million and have some more than to spend on Tyler Adams and still get the two. Okay. But now that they are so keen on getting Moise Caicedo, they might have to ditch Tyler Adams and pay more money for Moise Caicedo.
Interesting. Remember, there's Premier League starting today. The Premier League is starting today, this evening.
Life begins tonight.
That's right. Manchester City are kicking us off with their title defense. We'll talk about that briefly, where Arsenal stands. Also, the Joy Sports FPL code will be out today, and the guys will share their predictions. But let's move the conversation on to Harry Kane, Gary.
The Caicedo derby, right?
Yes.
Like I said, Chelsea-Liverpool
on Sunday.
We'll be at Labadi Beach.
Yes.
With our partner Standard Chartered Bank.
That's right.
Yep. So you have been reading their tagline. What's it? Standard Chartered
here for good. That's right.
So we are with them at Labadi Beach.
Fantastic.
The game starting at 3:30. Yeah. So
drive by. It's free. Come on, watch the game together. Let's have fun. That's the Premier League begins on Sunday when Chelsea plays Liverpool. I said it.
Any other game is not important.
The other leagues don't like it because people are saying football begins today.
Daniel said life.
He said life begins today. Other people say football begins today. So
we'll
join
be
us on Sunday.
Labadi Beach.
On
Sunday. Guys, let's move it on. The biggest drama wasn't just the Caicedo one. Of course, it took all the headline. But on the sidelines, ordinarily, if that was happening alone without any other thing happening in there would have been massive noise. Harry Kane is on his way to the airport, apparently after Tottenham Hotspur agreed a deal for him to join Bayern Munich, 100 million euros plus 20 million in add-ons. Guy's on his way to the airport. He gets a call from Tottenham's top brass. They say, don't go, you stay. Apparently, Levy and all the other top brass at Spurs are trying to renegotiate certain terms in the contract and what have you. But that is on one side. The other side is yesterday, Michael Owen really blew the whole internet apart when he said that staying at Tottenham Hotspur and beating the Alan Shearer record of the most goals by any player in the Premier League is a far more valuable achievement, personal legacy than going to Bayern Munich and winning the Champions League. And he didn't. If he had stopped there, I wouldn't have taken any offense. He says if it were another top 3 or top 6 Premier League team, and
Kenya problem.
But Bayern party. He said Bayern. What did you say about Bayern? He said Bayern are really not. Is that a team that just wins the league and there's no competition there? And if Hurricane wins the Champions League, it wouldn't be as valuable. This is coming from the guy that went to Real Madrid, sat on the bench throughout the entire time, came back and didn't care that he had played for Liverpool, went to join their rivals, got an easy Premier League title.
Thought he win a Champions League and it swerved him. It was Pep existing.
Yeah, he was there for the 2011 final, I believe.
Yes.
But listen, I don't know what you make of all the Gary. You haven't spoken much. But that is a very interesting take from Michael Owen. First of all, the drama. I think whatever happens,
Gary's fire tweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not just tweet.
I think
there was a more fire one on Facebook.
Yeah. I think what is certain is that Kane will definitely leave. Or whatever happens, he will leave.
I've just seen this giving the green light. He's going to the airport.
He's going to the airport.
There you go. So he's definitely leaving. Now the question is, back to what Owen said, whether or not
some are facts, some are not.
Okay, I'm listening.
Some are symptoms of, or they feel like the condescension, and they've earned it, because growing up, Serie A was the thing, right? And then at a point, Bundesliga, but Serie A, because of the Berlusconi millions and everything that was happening with Juventus and their money, it was the place to go and play football. I mean, they were breaking transfer records at a point. They had 7 of the top 10 most expensive players in the world done in one transfer window. Wow. So we know the Premier League have earned the right. They sat down, did their homework. From 1992, they branded their league better than anybody else. And when you brand better, what happens? You increase the top of mind awareness. You create a perception that you are better. The football follows mostly because you have the best players in the world coming. What the Premier League probably did better than anyone has done in history is that they went further than anybody else to get the best talent.
Yeah.
They went faster at branding their league and creating the impression, giving us the hype. Also, they give us more entertainment than anybody has ever done.
Okay.
To make the league look scripted. So, on that score, in terms of excitement and in terms of brand appeal, Michael Owen is right.
Okay.
What I didn't like was the fact that he made and I need to put this in one box.
Okay.
The fact that the top scorer award in England is more valuable, or what's the word again? More.
It's a
bigger legacy or achievement than the Bundesliga.
He didn't just talk about. He wasn't saying specifically about top scorer in a single season.
No, of all time.
Of all
time.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
There's no chance Kane
because
becomes the top scorer of the Bundesliga of all time.
No,
that's not gonna happen.
No.
He doesn't have enough time.
And Jamie Carragher took that true pass and went a step further by saying that when people think of Alan Shearer, they don't think about his Premier League title.
Okay, he doesn't have many.
Yes,
he has one.
He has just one, and that they think, because you see, Alan Shearer's management team, the only thing they can sell for Alan Shearer is the fact that he's top scorer in the Premier League of all time.
Okay.
Cristiano Ronaldo has 1,000 things he can sell. Messi has 1,000 things he can sell.
He has 900.
You understand? He literally has 900 and something different records he can sell.
Yeah.
Lewandowski, plenty.
Yeah.
Let's name the others.
Zizou.
Kylian Mbappe even has many things to sell. Harry Kane, what does he have really?
Spurs captain.
England captain. England top goal scorer.
Alan Shearer and so on. Even Wayne Rooney. You see, if Wayne Rooney had gone to another league and done something credible, the way records are being broken now, it's difficult for a certain generation of football lovers. They have even forgotten Wayne Rooney.
Yeah.
Unless you bring the highlight reel and they remember that Charlie Rooney to do some.
Yeah.
So I feel like the condescension is because of the sheer power, and that is not Michael Owen's fault. That is a plus for the Premier League. But if you look critically at the might of Bayern Munich, and you see, what's his name? The Telegraph chief writer, Henry Winter, was saying this. the size of the team is going. Bayern Munich is not a team; it's an institution.
Yes.
And I need to repeat that. It's not a team; it's an institution. So yes, granted. I mean, they countered to win the Bundesliga 11 times, whatever. But how many times have Manchester City won?
5 in the last 6.
5 in the last 6.
5 in the last 7. 5 in the last 6. They will win
You
again
understand?
this season.
And this season, Chaled, with the signing of Paqueta, means if I won't change my prediction. You understand?
No,
we
don't have any room to change, please.
Yeah, I don't have any room to change, so I'll just keep it at that and say that Arsenal will win the Premier League.
Okay.
You understand?
No problem.
But Manchester City, the way it's going, they are going to win again. So if you are Michael Owen and Man City is dominating your win, you're telling it to do a Farmers League. All these people saying that, by the Premier League, there are 3 or 4 others. Who are the 3 or 4 others who have done it in the past 10 years for us
I
to
think
see?
now their go-to example is Leicester won the league.
Yeah.
And got relegated.
So for me, that's it. Look, how old is Harry Kane?
30.
What chance does he have to win anything with Spurs apart from when Harry Kane is old and grey and he's sitting down with his grandkids? He's going to show them only golden boots.
And that one's another Haaland is in. He will win again.
That's the point.
No. You see,
that's the point.
You see,
he's gone.
And clearly but I really so that's my issue with Owen. There are parts of it that make sense, but the condescension and the disrespect for Bundesliga, I feel like it's some way. Yeah. If he wins a Bundesliga, he would have won a league title. He has not won some before.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. 2, he has a bigger chance of winning the Champions League with Bayern
than at any point in his career.
Mm-hmm. Including when they went into that final. You see, so for me, that's the issue. Now, I have to say that I've been really, really, really respectful of the way Harry Kane has handled this thing.
Yeah, big Harry. Yeah,
you know, he has been, in a sense, a lot of people have said he has been made to look like a nobody. You know the way you intro the thing. Like, the man is sleeping in the United States and he calls me and says, "Hey, Harry, man, call." But Harry Kane is not a small boy.
No.
Harry Kane's brand is huge. It's big. You know, but I like the way he's respected the Spurs fans, and he will forever remain a Spurs legend for the way he has handled it. And so for me, that's I think it's a no-brainer that he should go to.
There's another angle to this thing that I want people to pay attention.
No problem.
And I agree with Gary when he says that you see, for Michael Owen, it is okay for him to say. I think if it's a Ghana Premier League and Togo Premier League, we would say same. Why is Don Bote going to Togo? What's he going to do in Togo? We could say same.
So you think there's an element of patriotism?
Somebody neutral like us can do what Gary has just done. Now listen, playing 2 months for Bayern Munich is bigger than playing 3 years for Spurs. And let me borrow their phrase. No disrespect to Spurs. Playing 2 months for Bayern Munich, it's bigger than playing 3 years for Spurs.
FC Hollywood.
Listen, in the Premier League, only 2 teams have got the might and power
and
to rub shoulders with Bayern.
Bayern Munich,
it's Man United and Liverpool, not Chelsea, not Arsenal, not Spurs, not City.
That's a proper institution.
Bayern is that huge. And you see, now that Harry Kane has gone to Bayern, if Bayern were 8th favorite or 5th favorite to compete for the Champions League, now they are 3rd. After the landlords Real Madrid, the defending champions Man City, I'd say Bayern Munich.
I agree.
Because Harry Kane absolutely takes them to another level.
With his goals.
His goals and his playmaking ability. Can you imagine Harry Kane feeding Sané, Kingsley Coman and Serge Gnabry, Musiala when
and
they
running into spaces?
Was it 2 seasons ago? He and Son were another level.
Yeah. So Harry Kane takes Spurs to a different level. And so when you say in England, as I can agree they would, because they are losing England's all-time top goal scorer, England captain. They'll lose the Harry Kane goals.
Thank you. I forgot to mention that. I think that is what is driving. Look, the Premier League is right now. I mean, it's afternoon radio, so you can't. They are scared shitless.
Yeah.
Like they are being battered by Saudi. Do you know what it means to lose people? The signal is sending to the Premier League right now.
Yeah.
The value of the Premier League is going down. And that's what they're afraid of.
You tweeted that what broadcaster just acquired rights
for? Senior Fox have gone to America.
Fox America.
Yeah, they're in America. They are saying that we will show it in America. MLS, you are showing your MLS with Apple. We to Fox. We brought Sue to America. They will show Sue. They are starting this weekend. They are showing Sue.
I have seen more. I have seen in the last, let's say in the last 3 months, I have seen more content from Saudi League than I have ever at any life.
Relax. Just 2 days ago, I was listening to Asempa. The content Sergio and Co were bringing from Saudi.
Yeah, and that's what they are doing. So Harry Kane going to Bayern Munich. It's not. He's going there. If he wins the Bundesliga, it's still a very good league to win, right? And he wouldn't have done that anyway with Spurs. So going to the Bundesliga with Bayern and taking the responsibility of taking Bayern to the level where they are very, very, very top contenders of the Champions League, it will be massive. And I think that I can understand why it's
Friends, quick one. You see, for me, it's very funny that some of these ex-players talk like that. Numbers can always be surpassed.
Yeah.
Always. Raul
Kane can break that record, and 2 years later, another person
Raul, when he was leaving Real Madrid, was comfortably their top goal scorer.
Untouchable.
True.
It took 3 years.
quick
To
shatter it.
Over 100 goals more.
Yeah.
Somebody will by all means come and break that Ronaldo record. We all thought, what's his name? Alan Shearer's record was unthinkable. Do you know Harry Kane has scored more goals than Aguero and Thierry Henry in the Premier League?
Yeah, of course.
Look at how great those people are. So if they are going to look
That
around,
be some stat, eh?
Yeah. He's outdone them.
Yeah.
And that is a fact. Rooney didn't even finish celebrating his all-time England. Harry Kane has come to pass. In fact, Lineker didn't finish. Rooney came to pass him. These numbers don't pass. Yeah. But when you finish your career and you sit in a studio with your ex-teammates and Roy Keane asks you that you are having this loud opinion about the Premier League, Jamie Carragher, have you won some before? And then he says almost. Almost is not winning.
Our old Sami Kufo did the same thing to Barnes on Super Sports.
Yes.
On Champions League
Yes.
nights.
Yes.
Barnes was saying something about experience, and it was like, you've never won the Champions League.
Don't
keep quiet. You don't know how it feels to win it. Look, he has lost it in the final. He's going to win it.
Then hold on, Daniel. Then they'll go and put you on the show with Kate Abdo. He's just
Kate Abdo.
Wait, hold on.
The intro.
Welcome to the show. Tonight we are joined by 3-time Champions League winner, Mr. Harry Kane. Oh, if they do hard and they come to not Harry Kane, but the first name shouldn't have been Harry Kane. They'll go from, let's say Michael Owen. He's won Premier League, 3-time Premier League winner. Wayne Rooney, 9-time Premier League winner, and also the man that was former top goal scorer of all time in the Premier League. Because by that time you are former.
You are former. Somebody has come to pass.
Yes.
Haaland is in the league. Oh. Hey, Harry Kane.
If
Haaland is in the league.
Going to be there for
he used his first season to do how many?
5 seasons, he'll do it.
So the point is, go. When you finish your career
Can look back
and you've
be
lifted that Bundesliga shield, the Champions League is very winnable at Bayern.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people are making it look like Bayern are some. Last season was an anomaly.
And
Bayern will be back with Titi, Tuchel, and Harry Kane.
No, even
Go.
Just 4 seasons ago.
When they won.
Bayern hit Barcelona front and back,
They
left
won.
and right. And won
They beat Barca every day. So
No, that one was 8-2. And Messi played 90 minutes.
You, Daniel, unless you don't see any small
but it's
chance.
not true. Did he play 90 minutes? And they scored his team 8-2. He was there with Suarez.
Okay.
And Kudus.
Anyway, so I
they
think
said it was COVID, please.
So I think there is consensus here. All of that chat is nonsense. Harry Kane has to go to Bayern Munich if he wants to win something substantial. There's no guarantee that he wins the Champions League by going to Bayern Munich. That we have to establish. And it's entirely possible that he would go to Germany and never win the Champions League. He's never top scorer and nothing works out in the end. Because that is also a possibility. You know, so we have to establish that. But there is no way of knowing exactly what happens unless you make the decision.
You make the move.
So if you don't take that risk, you will never know what could have happened.
Even
So
Alan Shearer has told him to go.
that's the point.
No, but what would make any player think that leaving Liverpool to Real Madrid makes sense, but leaving Spurs to Bayern Munich doesn't?
Some way.
No, the way he
No,
even
how
said
do you
if
leave
it was Real Madrid, he would understand.
He would
I don't
understand.
get it.
How do you leave Liverpool of the size of Liverpool's size to a
And-
club like
and
Real
history.
Madrid at your peak because you wanted to win Champions League?
And
But you think it's unthinkable for, and at the time that he was there, Liverpool were not winning the league.
They had one.
They were struggling to win the league.
They had one
It
Europa
took
League,
30 years to win.
So he moved to Real Madrid in search of glory.
And the season he left, no,
This
Liverpool
is
won
Champions League. Now you are
He's
telling
the
me
reason why
that
they
it doesn't
leave.
make sense that Harry Kane leaves not Man U, not Man City,
Spurs.
not Liverpool in this era and the club, but Spurs to Bayern Munich, who are bigger than every team, but maybe at the same level with Liverpool and Man United in England. It doesn't make any sense.
Makes
In
no
some
sense
way.
indeed.
But you see, the last thing I'll say is that you see how they are rallying around their product.
Yeah.
You see how they are rallying around their product to protect.
They are protecting their product.
We need to do same.
Yeah.
We need to do it deliberately.
Yeah.
If you only Lineker way as he say them in neutral small way say.
You run away from England. Why you to play career for England? You know move away.
You go Barcelona.
You go Barcelona. You know be Barcelona. You go take your name.
Yeah.
Shit. You did it and do your body England.
Michael Owen, like you know, get
nobody won't buy him.
In fact, he even go do La Liga as presenter.
As presenter for them.
You see, my other thing is that when Owen was there, the Shearer record was there.
You know,
But
but
he
you have to go and win Champions League.
I mean, go and quote him. Go and quote that tweet and tell him that.
Anyway, thank you. Let me read some more messages, and then we'll talk about some other essential things.
The biggest Harry is on the verge of moving. We are sitting here talking about Harry Kane. The biggest Harry.
We are coming
you
to
talk about
Maggie.
Wait, we haven't finished.
It's okay. It's okay. We're going to talk GFA elections.
We still have an hour left on the show.
Fantastic.
Okay. Sakatu from Luton says, "Good afternoon, guys. So I wake up around 5:30 p.m. to wee and go back to sleep since I had my shift from 9 a.m. this morning. So I said, let me glance through Twitter and see if we reached an agreement with that Brighton club. Then, no, boom, he's off to Liverpool. Man, I don't feel sleep again. Oh, hey, this football thing is really into us. Anyways, we trust Odboli to get it done ASAP. All we want is Caicedo, Sakatu from London. 055-1111-997. If you also want to send in your message, the hashtag is GamePlan on Twitter. Good afternoon, Fent. This message says Caicedo is going to Chelsea. Liverpool should go and sleep with the Blues. We are building gradually. That's from Ishmael in Drapa. Says Fent, you are live on Laura Radio. Thank you very much. Shout out to everybody in Laura listening to us. This message is from downtown in Ejusuman SHS in Kumasi. He says this Chelsea team go make gobe. They are really messing up big time by signing unwanted players, but Man City will surely win the league again. That's a promise. Interesting message. Thank you, downtown, for your message. This one says, hi guys. It said I sleep. The only Caicedo they will get is Linda, but even with that one, Real Madrid wouldn't sell. Carly Jones from Labadi, and he says, I haven't heard and seen a coach who has been so sure in setting of another team's player to sign for him, the Jurgen Klopp at the time. He thought Liverpool could hijack a deal of the masters of hijackers Chelsea. They should go to sleep. Now, only Caicedo they might get in the minutest chances the Linda one. Even with that one, Real Madrid will say, okay, Carly Jones from Labadi with that message. This message says, Fent, I'm enjoying the show. Please ask your panel why a Finnish goat went to Saudi Arabia. All the stars are following him there. But a complete goat went to the MLS. Nobody's going there.
You are big.
Interesting.
So this shade goes to Messi.
Yes, of course. The Finnish goats, and he puts it in quotes.
Yes.
All right, more messages. Joe Minute says, what Michael Owen and co are saying is just from a background of bitterness. What makes them think someone else will not break this Hurricane record? Exactly. Looking at the way Haaland and co are scoring. Records are meant to be broken, and so will never be anyone's bona fide glory for a long time. But the titles and medals, they are forever yours, and no one can break it and claim them as records. More messages. This one says, Harry Kane also stands the chance to become the very first English top scorer in the German Bundesliga. That is also a huge achievement. My greetings to Gary Al-Smith, Kelly Ozil in Accra with that message. This one says, fine, I'm Starboy from La Paz. Please, we are waiting for the FPL code.
Yes.
On that note,
yes. Let me share it. Many people have been asking me since yesterday for it.
Yeah, please share.
You have it.
The Joy FPL code is
a little bit of an update coming through on Caicedo.
Okay.
So Miguel Delaney,
yes,
he's got a good reputation of reporting accurately. Says Chelsea are trying to offer players to Brighton in exchange for Moise Caicedo to help break the deadlock in the deal. The midfielder has made it clear that his preference is Stamford Bridge, which means Chelsea.
Levi.
They're talking about players, so now Brighton can also make demands. Okay, want that player, but then again, Chelsea are in a very difficult place. If they don't, that's why I said Pochettino can't even confirm it because they have no deal.
So Chelsea are not offering money and matching Liverpool, they want to use players as part of the deal.
Yes.
Which makes sense, though. They have players in excess.
No, but Brighton would have to want these players.
That's also true.
Which
So-
players? Yes, you don't have it.
And in fact, there were also reports that if Chelsea is not able to meet the valuation that he might have to go to Liverpool.
Yeah.
So,
And then Liverpool can say, okay, you didn't want to come, so we won't take you. He stays at Brighton.
Yeah. So
more
the saga
messages
is
here.
over.
These ones are from Twitter. Cobb says Owen saw the record there, Philly, and ran away. But Kane, you stay for what?
I've just sent it to you.
He said, Eddie Kane, move.
Move.
Interesting. Kwame Amodazi says, I'm glad Arsenal stayed clear of this Caicedo deal. What a mess it is. This message says, okay, here's this one. It says, if the lady doesn't accept your marriage proposal or gets pregnant and you have no right to visit her parents for the marriage list, with that, you are likely to get disgraced. Liverpool should know better.
Hey, nobody they give analogies past football fans.
That message is from Salary G on Twitter. You're listening to Game Plan on 99.7 Joe FM and 103.9 Hits FM, and it says these things. Another message said these things are likely to happen if the lady doesn't accept your marriage proposal. That was a continuation of Salary's message. And you went ahead to meet her father. You are not far from disgrace. So don't go behind the lady's back to go and see the parents.
You know, she had parents before.
Yes.
You know, see some.
As a parent, take the drink.
Game Plan is brought to you by Betway and, of course, Petrosol. And Betway are saying that if you log on to their website, of course, you have a chance to win back as much as 50 Ghana cedis, even if you don't win. So the cashbacks are real and they're happening live on Betway. Yeah, that's right. So they're asking if you are ready to get way more back with Betway in the new season. Use the golden booking code that you can find on the Betway site and place your risk-free bet from 25th to the 27th of August. Guaranteed to give you 100% back as a free bet up to 50 cedis if you lose. So use the golden booking code. That's what it means. And between 25th and 27th August, every bet you place is risk-free. You can get 100% of your money back if you lose the bet. And it's up to 50 Ghana cedis. It's regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18 terms and conditions apply. Betway, bet your way. And also brought to you by Petrosol. Every drop matters, just as every penny counts. Did you know that good quality fuel enhances your vehicle performance and reduces maintenance costs? Take no risk with your car and just buy any Bagawire fuel. Buy from Petrosol. In times like this, all you need is value for your money. Look no further. Drive to the next Petrosol fuel station. Yes, Petrosol, your go-to station for accurate quantity of high-quality fuel. Be a happy customer, fill with smiles, drive more miles, and save more money. Petrosol, your clean fuel in full quantity. Petrosol, always a delightful experience. All right, two more transfers to talk about. Then we talk about GFA elections. Muftawu has all the filler. Two people are filing nominations here and there. The two transfers we talk about will be Harry Maguire and Kudus Mohammed. Now, Kudus Mohammed, Sitsofe, you've been wanting to talk about it. This week, there's been, and Gary tweeted about it as well, about taking some of the sources of the information that is coming to with a pinch of salt because they may not seem very reliable. The reason, despite Brighton agreeing a deal with Ajax, the deal still hasn't happened is reportedly because Kudus Mohammed is demanding a release clause be inserted into the contract. Possibly as a result of the way they are treating the Caicedo situation, maybe. I cannot verify that, but it's quite curious that more than a week after the two clubs agreed a deal, the player still hasn't agreed to deal with the club and the contract still hasn't been signed and he's still not a Brighton player despite the two clubs agreeing a deal. Sitcho, what is going on there? Because it makes no sense to me. It looks to me, I felt like Kudus was maybe keen on Brighton. Suddenly, what's going on?
Brighton. I don't think Kudus is keen on Brighton.
You think he doesn't like the club?
I think he doesn't think that he thinks that he's a player better than the profile of the club Brighton.
You think he thinks he's downgrading and he doesn't want that?
Yes, I think Kudus thinks that he's a Man United, Liverpool, Madrid, Barca, Bayern, level kind of player. And there's nothing for any player to think that way, right? But there are realities as well that players have to face, right? And the only big team that has concretely made a serious inquiry that we know of has been Brighton. They actually have an agreement with the club. All the big teams that maybe Kudus wants to go to have not necessarily shown their hand. Maybe when Chelsea is done with the Caicedo deal, they go back to focus on Mohamed Kudus and see if he's available, because they've got some injury problems and some more players to add to the team to make them a more competitive side. But surely I don't think Arsenal are looking to bring him in. I'll be surprised if they are. I don't think Man United are looking in that direction. Not Liverpool, not Madrid, not these clubs, not Bayern, not these clubs that maybe Kudus' camp thinks that he fits. But you see, we need to analyze the Kudus thing and take the Ghanaian
Ghanaianness out of it.
And if Kudus is thinking that if the narrative out there, which I don't believe, is that Kudus is wants a release clause with Brighton before he goes there, then I'll probably say Kudus has been reading too much of Ghana Twitter. and don't put it beyond footballers. They read.
No, they do.
Yeah, they
read
everything. They see.
But that shouldn't be informing your decision.
It could be.
No, it does.
It does, and that's the sad thing.
This week is confirmed by multiple people at the Athletic on their podcast that the clamoring of football fans in today's day and age is a reason why a lot of the top teams panic buy.
Yeah.
Just to shut their fans
It influences them.
Yeah.
It does. So
riddle me about the whole Ghana Twitter thing. What's been happening there? How is it affecting?
So there's a big block of Chelsea fans on Ghana Twitter.
Yeah.
Big block of Man U fans, Liverpool fans on Ghana Twitter. Now, because of the emotions attached to Caicedo and Brighton and the stalling of the deal to Chelsea, if you read the narratives, a lot of them are stemmed from Chelsea fans on Ghana Twitter who have said that because Brighton are demanding an X amount for Caicedo, they are depriving him of his will to play for a big club. So Kudus should take a cue from it, which for me makes no sense. It's actually nonsense, because Brighton have not said they're not going to sell Caicedo. They are saying that this is his valuation, and if you want to buy him, you buy him at this value. So I've always asked myself this question: what kind of player wouldn't enjoy what Caicedo has gone through? Where top team? Because yesterday I was even rumored Bayern Munich wanted to join the conversation. When you have the liberty of choosing between Chelsea and Liverpool, which kind of serious footballer doesn't want this situation? Right? When you are going to go for the money you are going to go for, which in itself has a direct influence on how much your agent can make, and you can get something from your agent. This agent, when they take this money, all of the money is not for them, especially when it's not a signing on fee. And it also has a direct connection to how much you will be paid in wages and all of that.
Yeah.
So the whole narrative about the fact that because Brighton were holding on to Caicedo, who, like I've said, his quality is not on the market. So they're looking for the best price.
Though? Do we know this for a fact?
That
Kudus' stalling is being influenced by...
That's why I say if. That's why I say that if.
Yeah. There's a condition.
If. And listen, the narrative on Ghana Twitter is what I'm saying. It is not if.
Okay.
It's a fact. When you go to Ghana Twitter, people have said that Kudus shouldn't go to Brighton. They won't add a release clause in his contract.
May I have not seen it.
They've not been reading.
They've been saying it.
In fact,
that is yesterday actually. When
Yes,
that fan
Even
tweet
mentioned the likes of Sandra
from the start of the week,
week.
from the start of the week, Ghana Twitter and especially Chelsea fans. I've been on this. I know after this they'll go and sort me on Twitter, but you know me my skin be tough. So you know, Chelsea, especially Chelsea fans, have consistently said that because of the Caicedo deal and the fact that Chelsea are holding, Kudus should put a release clause in his contract. Then I say people don't understand what a release clause is and how it works. Unless it's a demand from the league structure like La Liga, no club really wants players on release clauses. Why? It can tie you down to the club and you can go nowhere even if you are a bad player after the signing. Or the club will lose out big money if it turns out to be a huge success.
Yeah.
Imagine Brighton say that we are buying you for 40 million. But we are saying, if Brighton paid 40 million for Kudus and they are saying his release clause is 150 million, can you debate it? They paid 44.4 million for Caicedo. They are selling him not on release clause, on negotiations for 110 million. If they pay 40 million for you and they say your release clause is 150, how do you live?
There's nothing you can say.
If they are paying 40 million for you and they are telling you your release clause is 70 million, next season anybody can take Kudus away from Brighton and Brighton will have no answer. So go to Brighton if you want to go. Prove that you are good enough at the Premier League level. Sit there and cross your leg. Let's Liverpool and Chelsea overnight trade contracts. Let's Real Madrid place the back call. Let them bid for you and move. But that only happens for a player who is confident about his abilities. And the fact is, Mohamed Kudus, from his Ayaz, or since he's got to Ayaz, he's not had one full season that we can say this season, dear. Top 10 under 22 players. Kudus is part of them.
In the world.
In the world. He hasn't. And sometimes it hasn't been his fault. First year it was injury. When he got back, Eric Ten Hag didn't fancy him. He didn't find a place for him in his team.
Yeah.
Schroeder came. Schroeder didn't think he was a good central midfielder. It took Kudus trying to force a move out before he started playing him. False nine. And that was the best spell of Kudus' career in Ajax.
Hey, that one cried the first 2 months. Bench.
Thank you. Then Heitinger comes. Heitinger plays him on the right inside channel forward something. So Kudus, as we speak, position Menobo.
And the question, I think the ultimate question is, Oko Ajaxa, where will he play?
If he goes to Brighton.
Sorry, if he goes to Brighton, where does he play?
It becomes, you're a good host. When he goes to Brighton, it becomes the responsibility of the coach to find that. But he's going to work with a coach who has a track record of that.
Bobby De Zerbi.
I'm not saying it. You don't have to like Roberto De Zerbi. Go back and check his track record from Sassuolo, before Sassuolo, during Sassuolo.
But you have maintained that Kudus is a forward player.
I've said he's a forward player.
Yes.
He's not a number. He's not a proper number 9. He's not a good number. He won't be. He's
Yes,
not a good
forward.
A forward, something.
Yes.
But when he goes to Roberto De Zerbi, he has a track record of telling all of us what kind of forward player Kudus is.
It is.
And you are saying that De Zerbi can even decide that he's a central player and he will thrive.
Oh, and he will be fantastic. You see, Solimatch,
yes,
was a wing back under Big Potter.
Yeah.
Trossard was a wing back, at times a central midfielder under Big Potter. When Bobby got in, he said, "Bogger, you
what
do that
player?
again.
You didn't do that thing again.
You play number 9 for me." So Trossard said, "BBB, but Solimatch, why are you playing wing back? You are a proper winger. Mitoma, you are not playing enough. Why? I need you come and play. And see so. Oh, McAllister, you are too advanced for my liking. I don't want you as a number 10. Do the number 8. Louis Dunk, I don't like your standing. Position this way. The facts are there. Roberto De Zerbi. Pep Guardiola is a big liar when he's hyping Adakuti. But he said it. Roberto De Zerbi sit better from the back. When he came,
Roberto De Zerbi's biggest stand.
I tell you. When Roberto De Zerbi came, Sanchez, who has gone to Chelsea now, was top 5, one of Premier League goalkeepers. Sanchez.
Yes.
He said, Sanchez, it's not like I don't like you, but you cannot play. Where is still promoting? Bring still the passing and your way you command the back. You will play. So we've seen a coach. That's why man
with a track record.
Yeah. You see, I don't want to go. People don't watch Serie A. If you just
no, but mention the names. This show is about education as well.
People say, "Oh, Serie A." People don't watch it much. So I want to use the things that you watch. That one you saw it.
Yes.
You see, the things you saw. Some of you didn't come and meet Noah and Abraham and things, but you've met good people who are giving you life testimonies. Like they're giving you life testimony. That one you can relate. Yeah. You didn't see him as a solo. You weren't following him. Don't come and lie.
Yes.
Me, I did.
Yes.
And you are now seeing him because you're a Premier League fan. Take it.
No
but in Premier League, you've seen the difference.
Yeah.
Kudus working with Roberto De Zerbi.
It's a recipe for massive blowout.
He will improve, right?
Yeah.
He will improve. In Liverpool, in Chelsea, in Man U, he might not have the time and the patience with the fans to grow. Kudus is only 22 years old. You see, that's why when Ghana Twitter is blowing it out of proportion, you are talking as if the guy is at his peak at 27. He's only 22 years and still has a lot in his game to develop. He needs time. He needs an environment that is conducive. And in the Premier League, as we speak, there is no environment better conditioned for a player who is just about to discover his best position under the coach Roberto De Zerbi.
Thank you.
That was good enough for party my take.
It was. Sitsofe, that was good. Big Harry. You said we should talk about Big Harry. You have about 2 minutes to talk about Big Harry. Harry Maguire is going to West Ham. I think we've gone over this Harry Maguire deal so many times. But finally he's off. And Man United fans can breathe a sigh of relief. Who are they bringing in to replace him now?
That's what they are trying to sort out. And the latest update is that Man United have told West Ham to wait for them to sort out a replacement. So I'm asking myself, oh God, if United are not able to get a replacement, does that mean Harry will stay? No, seriously. Because he has agreed personal things. Yeah. They have agreed a fee. But Man United doesn't want to sign off because, and I'm not the one saying it, it's the latest update from Bobby Fabrizio.
That's right.
That United are waiting for a replacement. Now, this is the way sometimes transfer business goes, and it's very funny for me because we know that at the start of the transfer window, Man United wanted a centre back. We know Man United and Newcastle were very interested in Axel Disasi. United wanted Disasi as a Maguire replacement. Why not do it side by side? Because West Ham also showed their foot. We all knew West Ham wanted Harry Maguire. It was just a matter of time, and then they will pay the money. Now you've got your Big Harry to leave. You are stepping on the transfer because you don't have a replacement. Now the replacements that are coming out are also some way. Because in as much as Pavard is rumored to want to leave Bayern Munich, Man United also wants him. He's not going to go for cheap. That is one. It's also going to be another complicated deal.
World Cup winner.
Yeah. Bayern are going to try and get as much money from that deal as possible. And you see
the Hurricane money.
Charlie, and will United be willing to pay that amount of money for a player who may come and now have to compete directly with Rafa Varane? So it becomes a bit dicey. But again, it's good that Maguire is going. And I'll take us back to 2019 when I said that in as much as the deal was expensive, the way Man United is structured, if you leave things for the manager to have his say, this is what will happen. You've gone for an 80 million, and to today, Maguire is still the most expensive defender in the history of football, whether you like it or not. And it is
followed by Van Dijk.
Yeah, and look at the difference. One has won the Premier League title and the Champions League.
Now Vardiol has.
No, Vardiol is not more expensive than Harry Maguire.
Oh, he is.
He's not.
No, he's not.
He's not. He's
Harry,
not.
Stop.
Harry in euros is going over 80
million
pounds.
The
That's over 100 million.
The guy is 80 million
that
euros.
one is true.
Yeah.
Hey!
Thank you. And that is the investment that United have done. So I'll go back to this point again. In as much as it may seem that Erik ten Hag is doing the right thing, and he is doing the right thing, United still need a proper sporting director to properly position things so that in future, when Ten Hag leaves, we know that the things he has done or the things he's doing will be properly sustainable. Not that when he goes, we are going back to square one. Because 80 million 4 years ago is now going for 30 million, and you can't wait for him to leave the door. This is the worst signing in the last 20 years in the Premier League, in Premier League history. Harry Maguire to Man United. What a failure.
Wow. Big deal.
Yes,
thank you. The reports are that Chelsea are also working out a deal for Michael Olise. Man United, of course, as Daniel has said, they're working for a replacement for Harry Maguire. We'll see what becomes of that. Earlier today, of course, later today, tonight, actually, the Premier League is back. Manchester City are in action against Burnley. That is a top game. It's the Pep Guardiola derby, or the Man City derby, if you like. Vincent Kompany's Burnley against Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. Arsenal are up against Nottingham Forest. That game is on Saturday. Chelsea play Liverpool. We are live at Labadi Beach Hotel with Standard Chartered Bank, of course. And, Michael Odonko says, great analysis from you and your team. Kept me waiting in the car listening to you guys the whole time. Well done, says. Thank you for tuning in as well. But earlier today, the GFA president, Keto Kroku, presented his nomination. Today is the last day. Muftawu, is that correct?
Yeah, it is.
And Georgia Free as well, I believe.
Yeah,
so just 2 people have filed.
Yeah.
Wow. So all that noise. Where is the chief guru? Oh, sorry.
Why a live deal like that?
I didn't see what I wanted to say.
Are we going to the Western?
Yes, Mr. Muftawu uncle.
Mr. Why?
It's Kojoyanka.
Kojoyanka.
If you have forgotten the name.
So 2 people. Lawrence was there. Lawrence, what happened there? So Kat came and then filed his nomination. The last one people came to file nomination. Muftawu and I were having a conversation about it. The Kat came singing Kastawale's song. George Free came with Motor Riders from Ashaman.
Yeah.
I remember that. Like the last election was dramatic. What happened today?
I think he's already made his intentions clear from the very onset that since when he got to know that the time is coming to an end, so he filed the nominations, had quite a number of delegates endorsing him and then showing support. A bit of funny scenes we met after he engaged the media. It was him taking pictures with everyone who wants to take pictures with him. He deciding to dance to the drum and then the singing from the supporters union. We were also expecting George Free to be there before 12, but then he didn't show up. But then latest report says he's filed for.
No latest report. He's personally told me he has filed his report.
Well, that is from Joy Sports Fabrizio.
But that's that.
You didn't have to add
so
that.
right now it's a 2-horse race.
So it's a 2-horse race.
Yeah, it's
okay.
a 2-horse race.
Yes.
In fact, I was actually even made to understand that Kojoyanka was just joking. He was not being serious about it.
Then the next time he says anything, won't play it on radio. They're serious station.
Yeah, serious station.
I'm
Right?
joking.
Yeah,
You're joking about contesting for the GFA
Like
presidency.
they lie. You don't want go.
No,
you just test the waters. He say you no catch chance. Then you don't make somebody change scripts.
But sometimes
So the
endorsement things they are very funny. You would recall the last elections. All Premier League teams, Bad Dreams FC, all endorsed George.
Yesterday,
go that way.
yesterday, your good friend also did a launch to contest for the Exco.
Gifty.
Osewari. It was more flamboyant than the candidates campaign launch. So
than somebody running for presidency.
So that was that was interesting. Very ladies. She's a very exciting woman. And she's contesting on the ticket of women's football. Literally the only person doing that. But so all the best to them. That's our show today. Sponsored by Betway, of course. But I have a big birthday shout that I need to do, and this is essential because it came in earlier today. So happy birthday to lawyer Clara Casati. May you live long enough to fulfill the desires of your heart. May you receive abundant grace and blessings from the good Lord. You remain a blessing to us, and we try very much. And we appreciate you very much. Thanks for being there for us always. Happy birthday. Enjoy the day to the fullest from your most cherished trio, Kase, Tibotamba, and Yimpang, plus the entire Kase T family. I beg. Enjoy your birthday. My name is Fentuo, Tahiru Fentuo. That's our show this